Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Titanic, and welcome back to another episode of Titancraft Season 5. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing fantastic. Are you serious? What a bad time for this. I hit F1, and in my chat, your server will be restarted in 5 minutes.
What I do?
Oh, well, welcome back to Titancraft, everyone. Looks like we get to do...
Welcome back to Titancraft. Well, we will be, with you again shortly.
We'll be doing a jump cut shortly, apparently. I guess, literally what the server is doing is it's gonna make myself dedicate to my goal that every single episode in the final 50 will be edited. It is a personal goal to myself. It is a challenge I'm going to set, because I edited almost all of the first 100, even though they were even though they were all daily, even though some of them weren't the greatest quality, but you know, we'll ignore that, because of the episode length being rushed. But anyways, I managed to maintain edited episodes for a long time, and since school started, I have been editing maybe a third of the episodes going out.
Lies.
And it's been pretty rough. Recently, I got better there for a while, and then I slacked again. I think I skipped editing like 10 episodes in a row. Again, episodes 199 and 200 were edited. But anyways, today we are going to resume our shenanigans here in my new base, where I have some general ideas for possible ways I could design something down here. Again, you are going to be seeing basically me in action. Oh my god. You're going to be seeing basically my thought process live. I said a while back. Logan, shut up.
No.
But anyways, I talked a while back about my longing to go back to one of my old styles of just kind of building live and not. Basically, building live and stalling like this for 25 minutes is better than, in my opinion at least, than having some of the junk episodes where you just watch me build a schematic. It's really trippy for the video. It just isn't fun because all I'm doing is copying something I already built. So that's why I'm gonna try to minimize schematic builds on camera for the remainder of the season. And yes, of course I'm gonna use schematic. I use schematic all the time for Titancraft Kingdom. It is the most optimal way for me to design huge builds, which is why mega episodes are a thing. But anyways, I got some ideas today, and we are going to try them out. That is right, ladies and gents. Titanic has ideas, and it's good. It's been a while since I've had ideas flowing in this little brain, and it feels good to have some ideas.
Brain? That's funny.
Shut up. But anyways, okay, I would just like to comment right now, before we had to do a jump cut from getting kicked rudely by our server, that Logan has been extremely...
Shit.
He's been extremely just kind of weird tonight, and kind of out of it, very short-tempered, and I don't know what's up with him. My apologies.
Shit.
My apologies for his interesting behavior.
It's what happens when you've been up too long and ain't got enough sleep because somebody kept you up till 3 a.m. playing Terraria.
And if I wouldn't have stopped you, we would have been going until 4 a.m.
Yeah, shut up. You started it.
Yeah, but you're also... If I wouldn't have stopped you, we would have been fighting Bumblebird and Yaron. But anyways, enough of that.
So you want to go fight Bumblebird now?
I actually will say Oh my god.
I got time, ain't 3 a.m. yet.
Oh god, 1 minute till restart. Alright. We'll try to get a few more blocks in so I can at least have some ideas of what I'm doing when we get back. But, I would like to say that...
Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
But I would like to say that I'm thinking about doing a Calamity playthrough, but on a different channel. But I'm not sure yet.
What a noob, using 2 channels.
Honestly, when Titancraft's done, and I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible, considering I have been making Minecraft videos forever, so I need to be somewhat cautious how I phrase this, but I would like to move on from Minecraft and separate myself from the Minecraft idea, because Minecraft is thought of now as a game for 8-year-olds, because that's what Mojang and Microsoft has aimed it for. And I would like to separate myself from the game, and thus I believe after July 22nd, if I do continue YouTube, which is, I might not, haven't decided. It'll be somewhere else. Anyways, I think we're about to have a jump cut. Oh, oh, I hope it doesn't take too long to restart. Okay, and we will be right back. Ooh, and we are back. Yes, only took like 3 minutes for that one. Great. uh, Here we go. Back to what we were doing before we rudely got kicked by our server.
Was it rude?
Very, very rude of it.
It did offend you.
And it didn't offend me, just pissed me off a little.
I think you were offended.
No, I was not offended, okay?
You were definitely offended.
No, was not. I'm only offended by your annoyingness.
No. You're not. You love my annoyingness.
Oh my god. Some nights I actually do like it, but tonight is not one of them nights. Tonight is one of them nights where you actually are starting to get annoying in us. I would say you're getting under my skin. You're just starting to bother me a tad bit.
Success.
You haven't gotten under my skin yet, but you're getting close.
Success.
Anyways, enough of whatever the heck I'm going on about. I should just also say it's 11 o'clock at night on school night, but it's late start Wednesday tomorrow, so I don't give a crap. I get 45 minutes extra to sleep. And I should just say
You know what that means? Wait, hold on. It means...
Oh my lord.
The time when you should just launch your Minecrafts.
Yeah, well, would you care to explain to my audience what you're even doing?
Red sand converters.
You know, I was thinking today, I am starting to really become legitimately concerned we're not going to have the update Aquatic in Season 5. Because unless Mojang switches their current course, which, let me just say, they never do, it currently is less than 3 months until the end of Season 5. And again, to be fair, some of the more recent snapshots have been more focused on bug fixing, which could indicate that the content snapshots are nearly finished, which would indicate that maybe we would be looking at a June release of the update Aquatic, which I hope. I swear to God, if it's up, what if the update comes out on like July 20th? If it comes out on July 22nd, I would actually cry. Because the reason I would be pissed if it came out on the anniversary is, yes, the finale is going to go up on our 3rd anniversary, but technically the finale is going to be edited, so it's actually going to be recorded in advance by a day or two. So, essentially, we'd be getting screwed over by Mojang, which, you know, wouldn't surprise me, because that's what Mojang does best, but, you know. Let's see. Yes, I am absolutely stumped as to what I'm going for a theme. I'm using
You know what you're doing? That's funny.
I'm using way more stone brick and cobblestone than I originally anticipated.
You better not take more of my cobblestone. I will murder your entire family if you do.
Frankly, everything I've done this episode, I'm thinking about scratching. See,
Good, because it's ugly.
See, what I'm going for right now will end up looking really, really nice, but it won't fit the theme of my base, and that's the problem. See, my base is already going to have a huge contrast between the futuristic basement and my throwback area. And I don't want to add a third theme in the middle. It's already bad enough. So, I'm trying to think how I designed this originally. Originally, though, my pattern was way too simple, and for me back then, it was a nice build, and I will say compared to some builds I've seen on the server over the years, it is still comparably a good build. But by my modern day standards, after playing this game for so many thousand hours, no way.
Use standards? That's a funny joke.
I'd also like to just comment that we have a 5-day no death streak, evidently, and we are about to have 43 days of playtime by the end of the episode.
AFK.
I know, right? Like, that 5-day no death streak is just, when did you? Like, let's see.
And I think you yelled at me for AFKing too much.
Yeah.
Full credit.
See, I have this way where...
No, there's no excuse to come back from that thing.
I will admit, some parts of it are hypocritical. At least I don't AFK for entire weekends.
Shut up.
And when I AFK, at least I break up the AFK by doing 1 or 2 things on TC. Even though last week I was so busy that I just AFK'd a whole week, basically. Off and on, that is. Hey, I think I ended up with like 46 hours of playtime. I was actually amazed. I mashed my insane week that had like no AFK, which was really impressive. Okay, anyways, back to building. So, I'm trying to think how I originally designed this. Oh, I should have crap, I forgot to steal spruce wood from logging.
No.
Ugh. Should have thought of that sooner. Whatever. So I'm trying to design this like something that I would have built years ago right now. That's kind of the theme I want to go for. Ooh, I got a better idea. Don't worry, I'm toying with designs right now. Today is kind of a sample episode. And I guess while I continue to sample builds right now, I'm actually going to go into a little discussion now about what these final 50 episodes will be composed of. So, the gist of it. So, how we alternate the episodes based on what we focus on, I'm not quite sure yet. I really don't have like a system set up. Oh, god dang it, I messed this up. Like saying what day will be what type of episode. Actually, how do I do this? Well, you're screwing me over. Anyways, I really don't have currently like a perfect idea, but my idea is I'm gonna rotate heavily between working on Titancraft Kingdom and working on my personal base here. But here's kind of the gist of everything left to do in season 5 on my perspective of everything. So, I will be working heavily on Titancraft Kingdom in this. That they will take my #1 priority from this point forward. They have been my babies of the season. Basically, I've been planning these things for ages. I have been super excited for these mega projects to arrive, and thus I am going to make all of my objectives to make sure they for sure get finished by the end of the season. But carrying on with that, in my personal base here, what we will have is down here, we will have a junction that will go to the left with an area that originally when I designed this base some 3.5 years ago, it actually was designed to have like a rail there and like take you places, but you see, I don't need that rail now because we are miles from the subway, so and I think I'm going to do another portal on the surface, so I'm not quite sure yet. To the right will take you to like a little ring room, which will have like little guest rooms and stuff, and then a little ladder up to my surface house, which will be a throwback to my season 3 brick house on a very small scale. Then somewhere on the surface also I'm going to do a throwback to the season 4 farm tower. I think I showed that off a while ago when I did a creative episode, when I spent an episode in creative mode for a bit. And then, of course, then we have the monstrosity stuff down below, which will be insane, where we have my absolutely mega storage room, which I still have not decided whether it's going to be automatic or not when I build it on the server. I'm very split. There's many benefits and many negatives of making something automatic isn't there, Logan. Storage rooms are really iffy. Like, automatic is almost like that thing to say, hey, I have an automatic storage room, look at me, I'm so cool. Even though, honestly, they're not even effective because of they have a lot of limits, and some of them limits could really get on my nerve. So we'll see. I'm not quite sure yet what I will do, but again, it'll all come with time, and I don't want to rush myself into making any foolish decisions on that front. So, anyways, um, but so we'll have the mega storage room, and then we'll have a auto brewer, a massive smelter. My dog just barged in my room. We're also gonna build a doggy trapdoor thingy to make sure that dogs no longer can teleport to me in game, and dogs can no longer get to me in real life. um, um, moving on, we'll have something again for the Nether portal. Then in TC Kingdom, we have all the other stuff. If you want to go check that episode out where I introduce the product, I kind of talk about everything that'll be in that. And then Spawn Town projects will kind of be miscellaneous based off what I feel like doing. And I think that's kind of fair, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Spawn Town will just become. If I'm bored, I'm gonna start working on Spawn Town, and that's kind of gonna be my new idea from this point forward. Some days I just need a breather and I need to work on something. Spawn Town's gonna be that. I'll work on the interstate slowly over the remaining parts of the season. I promise I will do that myself. That will be a little sub project in the midst of all the craziness we have going on around here. I know originally I mentioned, I don't know if I've ever mentioned on camera about possibly reviving the idea of making a giant mega library that I've been talking about for like 5 seasons now. And it's basically as elusive as Etho working on his own library.
Yeah.
Which is where the idea came from. In fact, I've had this idea of building a giant library on one of my personal worlds of Titancraft now for about 4 years, so don't worry, I've had this idea in my head for a while, it just hasn't. I actually almost made it happen in season 1, but I just couldn't get I just couldn't, when I was trying to put blocks together, I could not figure out what I wanted to do. And so far, season 5 has let me bring a lot of stuff to life that I never previously could, so I might take another whack at it. We'll see if I have time. But anyways, continuing on. Oh my god.
I have successfully made a working system and building for a red sand converter.
Awesome. But so yeah, it'll be kind of interesting what I still upload this season. I'm really not sure. I'm just gonna. All I know is I'm gonna be dedicated to making sure we reach episode 250. And again, I know I've mentioned previously there's gonna be lots of stuff going on. So like episode. I don't want to spoil anything, but let me just list off some episode numbers right now that are more than likely going to be special episodes, and they will be 225, 236, 248, 49, 250. As well as there's a chance that there'll be a special episode when Titancraft Kingdom in my personal base gets finished where we'll have like a giant celebration. I'm not sure yet. That will be interesting though when that happens. And I should just say, before we wrap up pretty soon, before we wrap up in a bit, I also just like to quickly talk a little bit about the May upload schedule. So this next month, uploads are going to be
Gone.
slow to say the least. So basically, to put it simply, of course, when I'm recording this is May 1st. This is going up on the 2nd of May, and May 31st is my last day of school.
What the hell do you mean that is May 1st?
Oh my god, shut up. When I started this episode,
But it's May 2nd.
When I started this episode, it was still technically May 1st Eastern time. So just shut up.
But it's May 2nd now.
Oh my god, be quiet. Anyways,
No.
just let me finish. So anyways,
No.
we're in the month of my last day of school. It's at the final day of the month, so I can see the end in sight.
You brought this upon yourself. You will walk along when he's tired.
Oh my god.
Hungry. I'm not hungry. Ah, shit. I'll be back.
What did we just witness?
You know exactly what you just witnessed.
I'm baffled. Anyways, so this month I have tons of finals coming up. I have a gigantic test for AP Human Geography on May 18th. So that week you can expect to not see me at all. I will be like hiding under a rock studying, which you never find me studying. I hate studying. It is a pet peeve of mine. I hate studying. I'm terrible at it. I just YOLO things, and typically I'm very successful at it. Because honestly, I'm a very patient person, and of course some people say otherwise, but overall I'm a very patient person. But I also have a very short attention span at for the most part, and if I don't if I'm not doing something that is either making me learn or like keeping something of my interest being talked about, I usually just zone out. And when studying is all reviewing stuff, you can bet your butt that I am just like out of it. And typically I just end up going to La La Land, like jamming out to some Calamity track or something. And it's gonna be kind of an interesting time, I guess you could say, or getting ready for the AP final, and me actually having to like study for real for once. That'll be weird, but we'll get through it. But so right now, my I don't want to finalize anything, and I don't want to even dedicate to a schedule this month because we might go haywire with uploads. I don't know. But likely what my goal is to revert to one of the classic Titecraft schedules of uploading on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then maybe throwing in a bonus episode here and there if I have time. That's kind of my thought at the moment. And hear me out, I know it's going to be a little tough on uploads overall. That's going to really take a toll on the number of episodes going out, but I think in this case it is significantly for the better of the server that I would do such a thing. If you catch what I'm throwing out there. And again, I'm really sorry to anybody of whom that might annoy that I'm going to make this decision like that, but it's for the better of everybody, I think, that I do that type of schedule, so at least I have something to bounce back by, but we'll see. Why did I break the glowstone? The glowstone needs to go back. Yeah, I want to get rid of the leaves though. But we'll see what happens. June should bring a restoration to the upload speeds. And one big thing is I will actually be home because I have driver's ed. So, except for the evenings when I'm at driver's ed, I'll be home all day for quite a few weeks. Which means I will have tons of time to play video games and record many, many episodes. And I'm actually looking forward to it quite a lot. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of what else I could detail on here. Struggling, guys. Anyways, I just lost my train of thought. But anyways, yeah, there's gonna be a lot happening left in the season. This season, it is starting to calm down a little bit, and I will admit, even I'm starting to lose a little bit of my motivation to continue things. But we're trying. Promise you, I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. I'm not just gonna be like, okay, Titecraft's just randomly done. No, I've done that with way too many series. In fact, I do a poll. I will openly admit right now, I have the finale for a series that kind of went on hiatus a year ago, and I recorded it about a month ago, and it's like 2 hours of raw footage, and I need to take the time to edit it, but I don't know when I can get the time to edit it. In fact, I've been debating just like loading up a flash drive full of materials, and this weekend while I'm at my farm, like just making a survey for my yearly Day at the Farm event, making a survey for the Titecraft meeting, working on editing, like just making this like a weekend of craziness for me behind the scenes. And I don't know, it might be the motivation boost I need, like just something to get me going again and be like, okay, here's something we can at least make progress with. Because if I'm not making progress, I don't know where I am. I feel like I'm losing my life, losing all my motivation to do anything. And when I lose motivation, that's when problems arrive quickly. So one thing I've learned, you gotta stay motivated, but you gotta find something, like you just had to find something in life that keeps you motivated. Like right now, I'm motivated to get to Friday because I want to go to my farm, and I also really want to watch Roman Atwood's 90-minute vlog. Really bad. So, it's just, you gotta find something in life that you're looking forward to and just aim for it. Don't ever give up, please. And as I've had to tell far too many people at this point, never consider, like, death as an option if you're suffering or having issues. It's not a good idea. I know far too many people that have the idea that that could be a possible escape from different things, and just know. I've been through depression, and that's why I have compassion for people with depression, but suicide is never an answer. So I hope though you guys are doing fantastic, and I hope you're also ready for summer or at least spring and summer. For in the matter of like 2 weeks, it's gone from like winter to summer here in Minnesota. Literally, we had a blizzard on like April 17th. We got like 15 inches of snow. And here, just barely 2 weeks later, it is sunny, no snow to be seen, and the grass is green. And the trees are budding, and the birds are singing. Like, it is crazy how fast you can see everything transform. I love it. It's one of my favorite things about living in Minnesota. Is the transformation of seasons is absolutely astonishing. Of course, that also it's like a positive and a negative too, though, because one big negative about it is it happens so fast. Like fall, it's an absolutely beautiful season around here. The trees are absolutely gorgeous, but it's so short. From the time the trees start change, like you have a few trees that start changing color in like late August to like they turn yellow, but from to like actually get the vibrant colors, they usually last maybe at best 2 weeks. It's too fast. It gets cold so quick. Like it's very often we'll have a 90-degree day in mid-October, and then by the end of the month we already are having snow. Our weather just reverses so quick, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. But I won't have it any other way. I do love living in the state of Minnesota. I don't know. I like the latitude. I like the long days in the summer, short days in the winter. Even if it gets a little cold for my taste. But, whatever. Can't complain about everything in the world. If that's all you want to do in life, then what's there to even enjoy? Yeah, we'll wrap up here pretty quick. I wish I could have figured out something for the floor, but I'm not quite sure. That's something I ought to test off camera. I ought to look at some ideas. I think I actually kind of like this design here. I don't know if I could like find a way to incorporate leaves. I could try to find a way to incorporate them into the floor, and I might just look into that off camera. But that'll be an off camera task. I don't want to fret around with this anymore in this episode, and I certainly don't want to spend 2 episodes doing like basically the exact same thing. So next time when we return, I'm not sure when it will be. Hopefully, I can have an episode out for you guys on Saturday, but at this point, I don't know. It depends when I have time to record again later this week. Hopefully, I can get some time Thursday afternoon, or maybe even right away, right after school Friday, if I can just bang out an episode, edit it, and chuck it up on YouTube in a matter of like 90 minutes. But hopefully I can get you guys another episode soon. Fingers crossed. I really want to keep these episodes up. I've been doing really, really good with them recently. When I am making them, and then we'll see where we go from there. I think though we'll probably work on maybe the hub area. Otherwise, maybe we'll work on the sheep farm and TC Kingdom again. We'll go back to that. Keep bouncing between different projects. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. We have a good start on a tunnel design, and we will figure out where we will go with it next time. Yeah. I don't know how many segments of these we're going to. Anyways, enough rambling. I'm getting tired and a little bit insane, so I'm just gonna head out before I lose my sanity. Because I'm getting close. Anyways, on that note, have yourselves a fantastic day. This has been Titanic, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Titancraft Season 5. Later, nerds.